get ready for the next Prime Battle grind. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here, and we're back for another DokkAN battle video. In today's video, we are talking about the legendary extreme campaign for Prime Battle LR Vegeta. Per the in-game news, on the 14th at 2 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, this guy will start his Extreme Legendary campaign, in which you'll be able to Extreme Z Awaken all the characters needed to Extreme Z Awaken this guy right here. So in this video, we're going to go over everything you need to do to grind out your copies of this guy, as well as the characters needed to awaken him. So let's go ahead and start with the Vegeta himself. Scrolling on down here, you'll see that starting tomorrow at 2 p.m. my time, which is going to be about 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Prime Battle event to awaken the Vegeta will be made available daily instead of just on INT days and Extreme days, and the required stamina to complete the stage is halved. The stage is the Pride Staked Awakening stage, and in this stage is where you'll want to grind out the Vegeta. You'll want to start at stage 1, where you can grind out 29 copies of this Vegeta. You'll need 10 for SA10, 10 for your second SA10, 4 for the not for the super attack, for your hidden potential, and 5 for the SA25 copy. At stage 2, you'll be able to grind out the medals to awaken him to TUR, and then at stage 3, you can awaken him with these LR medals right here. The increased drop category is Goku's family, so you'll want to prioritize Goku's family units when taking on this event, and obviously prioritize whatever LRs you have. You can only use free-to-play cards in order to take on the event, so keep that in mind. Now, as far as the medals, this is a lot of grinding. For starters, you need 15 to awaken one card to the TUR status. So, meaning to awaken all 3 copies you should be grinding out for this guy, you'll need a total of 45 of the stage 2 medals to awaken each one of them to the TUR status. Moving on to the stage 3 medals, you will need 777 of the medals to awaken each copy of this LR to the LR status. So that'll be totaling in 2,331 medals to awaken all 3 copies. That is quite the grind, and I suggest that if you haven't got this done already, to go ahead and start as soon as the campaign starts tomorrow, because it's gonna take a while. 770 medals is a lot, let alone doing that 3 times. Now, as far as the final copy goes, you could always wait until he actually gets his Extreme Z Awakening to do that and just farm out the 2 SA20 copies for right now. But that's up to you. However you want to tackle it. I would personally recommend just doing it all at once and getting it over with. Moving on, let's talk about the units needed to awaken him. Like all Prime Battle LRs, there are certain characters you need to gather up and Extreme Z Awaken so you can take them on. Let's go ahead and start, and let's talk about what units you need to awaken, and then we'll talk about how to Extreme Z Awaken them. Starting with the TEQ Cabba here, the first one on the list. The TEQ Cabba can be acquired from the Universe Survival Saga Universe 6 event, and the Universal Survival Saga Tournament of Power Commencement event can be used to further awaken him. So we go ahead and take a look at the event here, the Universe 6 event. The Cabba can be recruited from Stage 6. The increased drop for this is Universe 6. So from Stage 6, you can gather up all the copies of Cabba you need. You will need 19 copies in total to Rainbow and fully Extreme Z Awaken him. Now, in order to fully awaken him all the way up to what you need in order to get him Extreme Z Awakened, you will need to grind out 8 copies of the Vados medals, 8 copies of the Champa medals, and 10 copies of the Vegeta medals. And this will be used to, you need this many medals for each copy of Cabba that you're using. So the one for your SA10, the one for your SA5 to raise him to SA15, and then you'll have to do it 4 more times to get him to his hidden potential fully active, because he starts as an SR, so you'll have to awaken each copy to the Super Saiyan SSR stage in order to fill out his hidden potential. So quite the bit of grind, and that's only half of this card. Once you've fully awakened him to the SSR stage, you actually have to come over to this stage here and grind out medals from the stage 6 Saiyan Oath. And you'll need 10 medals to awaken 2 copies, your SA5 and your SA10 copy, up to the Super Saiyan 2 stage. And only then will you be able to take Extreme Z awaken him once you have him fully awakened. So quite a bit of grind for the Cabba. Now, let it be known that you will need to grind out this SSR Caulifla and this SSR Hail as well, in order to take on the Extreme Z event to awaken this guy to his Extreme Z. But we'll get more into that in a minute. Moving on, the next character on the list that you have to grind out is this Tarble here. The Tarble can be recruited from the Goku and Friends Are Back story stage, and he can be recruited from stage 2. The increased drop category for this stage is fusion, so fill out your team with fusion characters and you can grind him out. Like the Cabba, he does drop as an SR, so you'll need 19 SR copies plus 4, or including the 4 for his hidden potential. His medals to awaken him, 1 come from here, this level 3. You need to grind out a few medals from level 3 in order to awaken him. You need, in order to get him to SSR status, you'll need a total of 50 medals to get all copies you need to SSR, fill out his hidden potential, and as well as have your SA5 copy for his EZA. Now, to get him from SSR to TUR, you actually have to grind out the Rad Radishes from stage 1 and purchase the medals from the shop. They are 50 radishes for 1 medal, and there is no limit to how many you can get. You'll need a total of 20 of these medals to awaken both your SA10 and your SA5 copy to be prepared for his Extreme Z awakening. Now, you will also need to grind out this Gotenks here in order to take on their new Extreme Z battle stage. So just be aware that you also need to grind them out. So this is a bit of a grind if you're not prepared and don't already have most of these units done. Moving back, let's go back to the main page here. There we go. Alright, next character on the list. We'll jump over to this Goku here. This Goku can be recruited from the Ruler of the Universe and the Warrior Race. Or I'm sorry, wrong one. I had Goku on the front. I assume that was the one. Okay, so no, he is from this one here. They all have the same name and it messes me up. Okay, here we go. Alright, so the Goku can be recruited from the Ruler of the Universe and Warrior Race. The increased drop is Planet Namek Saga, and you can recruit him from stage 3. Make sure you grind out your 19 copies like all the others, and since he drops as an SSR, it's a little bit easier to get everything you need. You simply need 7 of these Goku medals, totaling in what is it? You need to do that twice, so 14 of these Goku medals to awaken both your SA10 and your SA5 copies. So pretty easy there for this one. You will have to grind out the other characters from these events, the Zarbon and the Krillin from these 2 events, in order to take on the Extreme Z event in order to awaken him. And all the same rules apply for the Goku as do the others. Moving on, the next character is this Yard Rat Goku. Yard Rat Goku can be recruited from the Androids in Action stage. That is this one here. And the increased drop category is Androids. He can be recruited at the SSR level at level 2. Like with the others, you want to grind out 19 copies of him, 10 for your super attack, 5 for your Extreme Z super attack, and 4 for your hidden potential. He is straightforward since he is an SSR. You simply need to grind him out and grind out 40 medals for him and his Extreme Z Awakening. So pretty easy there. You will need to recruit this 18 from the Baba shop in order to take on his Extreme Z battle, along with some other characters that I'll show off here real quick. The Vegeta from this event and the Gohan and Goku from this event also need to be recruited in order to take on the Extreme Z event to Extreme Z Awaken him. Like all the others, the same rules apply. Just grind out the unit, grind out the super attack, grind out the hidden potential. Lastly, you have the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Now, hopefully most of you did most of the work for this guy back when all of those Majin Buu Saga guys got their awakenings back in, what was it, April? Hopefully you guys did all that back then, and so this one should be pretty easy. You simply go to the Ultimate Showdown Final Battle stage and awaken him, or recruit him rather, from stage 2. Increased drop category for this is Majin Buu Saga. Make sure you grind out your 19 copies of this guy like all of the others. The medals you need to awaken him, you'll need a total of 10 to awaken him. So since you're awakening 2 copies, you'll need 20 medals to awaken the SA10 copy and the SA5 copy. So hopefully that helps you guys out there. You will also need to recruit the Oob and the Hercule to take on their Extreme Z battle stage. You don't need to do any of the other Majin Buu Saga stages, although they do help. At a minimum, you need the Oob and the Hercule to take on his event. Okay. Last but not least, I saved him for last because he will take the longest. The LR Prime Battle Krillin here can be awakened from the All-Out Earthling Warrior. This is another Prime Battle event, and the setup is exactly the same as the Vegeta one. Only difference with this one is there's no chance at half stamina, so you'll only be able to take this guy on Fizz days or Sundays when all of these super class events are back. Like with the Vegeta, you'll need to grind out 24 copies of this guy. You will need 10 for the SA10, 10 for the SA20, and then you'll need 30 medals and a 1,554 medals from stage 3 to fully awaken him, because all of your Prime Battle characters need to be, or all of your characters needed for the Prime Battle EZA have to be fully awakened, rainbowed, and max super attack. The drop category for the Krillin, by the way, is Inhuman Deeds, so that will definitely help you get this done faster. Though keep in mind that it is only drop characters that you can use in order to take this on. So, moving on, I just want to hit up and talk about the Extreme Z battles that are going to be made available in order to take on the event. All of these Extreme Z battles for each of the characters I mentioned are going to be made available, and with every Extreme Z battle, you have to have certain required characters in order to take it on. So if you look here, these are the list of characters that you need, or that you can use to take on the event. The Frieza, the Piccolo, he's free to play. You'll need, at a minimum, you'll need the Goku, the Zarbon, and the Krillin and Vegeta to take on the event. So understand that because this is an Extreme Z event, you do need certain set of characters, and this is true for all of them. And on the wiki here, you can find exactly who you need for each of them. Like if we look, I'll show one more here. We look at the Universe 6 one, In order to take him on, you can use any of these Universe 6 cards, but at a minimum, you need the Cabba, you need the Kale, and you need the Caulifla. So just keep all of that in mind when taking on these events, that you do need certain characters. And the nice thing about the most recent update to Global DokkAN is when you go into an event, it automatically sorts your box by the characters that you can take with you into the event. This is going to be a long grind, guys, especially if you don't have any of the available characters Extreme Z Awakened yet. So hopefully this guide helps you out, and hopefully you're ready to get this thing kicked off when the event drops tomorrow. So anyways, guys, if you found this video helpful, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, why don't you let me how many of the units you have ready to go for Prime Battle Vegeta's LR Extreme Z Awakening campaign. I'm ready. I hope you are. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and aloha.